though those claws may have resembled the bone claws in the first Wolverine movie, nothing like that. This one actually didn't suck.
Mike's movie reviews. Yeah.
Alright, so Wolverine, this review will be completely spoiler free. Why? 'Cause I'm going to make a spoiler review later. So let's stick to the non spoiler stuff here. First off, the cast all does relatively well. I really like all the fact that they got all the Asian actors to play the Asian parts instead of casting a bunch of white folk and making them be the Silver Samurai or other characters that are important. So I like that they were authentic to the movie. Only character that I wasn't a big fan of was the Yukio character, the one that can see the future. I know they don't mention that in the trailers, but that's in the first 2 minutes of the movie, literally. You find that out. So her character, she just seemed a bit cocky and wasn't as important as I thought she'd be from the trailers. So I don't know. I was not a fan of her character, but everyone else did great. Especially Hugh Jackman, which is really awesome since this is his sixth time portraying the character, and to see him still have, be more connected with this character than Bruce Willis was the fourth time he played John McClane. I mean, to see someone still stick with that character after 6 times performing, and we already know he's going to be in for a seventh, probably an eighth with the next Force movie, and who knows, however many more. People love Wolverine. So this is the last time I'll mention that other Wolverine film that happened a while ago. This is just way, way better than it. The last one is probably, well, it is the worst X-Men movie. And even though I liked it in the time, and it's still fun to watch what it did with characters such as Deadpool and Gambit, and just made them uninteresting or just plain stupid. I didn't like that. I liked the dynamic between Wolverine and Sabretooth in that movie. Thought that was cool. But besides that, I wouldn't say that I hate X-Men Origins Wolverine. Uh, I definitely don't dislike it as much as other people, but I wouldn't say that it was a good X-Men movie. Where on the other hand, this movie is a good movie and also a good Wolverine movie. So it definitely makes up for that other movie with what it did with its characters. But that doesn't mean that some characters were exactly as they were in the comics, just like in the last movie. The Silver Samurai is portrayed completely differently. There's some stuff that why they did this with the character I get, uh, but it could have been better if they would have stuck to the origin story of the Silver Samurai. But what it did was okay. The other villain is Viper, and Viper's really neat. There's that one scene where she's peeling her face from the trailers. Uh, Not near as stupid when it happens in the movie as it does in the trailer. I really don't see why they put that in the trailer because that just makes it seem out of place. But it's whatever. Okay, so this story brings Logan, a couple years after Jean Grey, all them died. If you think that's a spoiler, then just get off my channel because that happened like 6 years ago. Okay, so you have Jean Grey dying. He's all upset about that. She pops up in a couple of his visions throughout the movie. He meets this guy who he meets in World War II, and he wants to repay his debts and take his immortal life. And needless to say, at some point that happens, either willingly or not willingly. I'm not gonna steal that from the movie, but he gets these powers taken, and he's still very pain tolerant. So he's getting shot a lot throughout the movie, still throwing his claws out all the time. And what's awesome to see is even though he's injured and being hurt from this, he's still able to kick all this Yakuza and all this ninja ass. I mean, it's just badass how much a Wolverine who can feel pain is doing to these ninjas and these Yakuza. And that's just a neat sentence to say. Wolverine fighting ninjas and Yakuza. Like, if that doesn't make you want to see this movie, then this probably is not a movie for you. Let's be honest. All right, if you don't want to see someone with claws fight someone who's a ninja or part of the biggest mob that's still around, and in names, I mean, there might be underground mobs, who cares? Then an, an action film isn't a movie for you, let alone a Wolverine X-Men film. An action film is not you if you don't want to see someone fight ninjas. This is two last thoughts on the movie. Unlike most action movies, which might just end, kind of all right, that happened. I thought this one was I really liked the ending of this one because definitely leaves it open, but it shows what Wolverine's going to do in this open world. Not specifically, but I mean, it shows that he accepted who he is now. So that's really neat. And definitely stay after the credits. That's all I'm going to say about that in this review. If you want to hear more about that after the credits scene, check out my other review, which will be out in a couple of days. Now, what do I rate this movie? For me, this is in my top 5 movies of the summer. What does that mean? I'm going to give it a perfect 10? Unfortunately, no. There's just a couple of things. Probably if the Yukio character didn't annoy me, I would give this movie a 10 out of 10. But I will say you need to go watch it now. You need to go watch it now in theaters, 3D or not 3D. I don't care. I'm not a big 3D person, but awesome movie. Go watch it now. 9.5 out of 10. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the movie. Like this video, subscribe to my channel please, and check out my other videos. Alright, see you.
Do 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 do. Subscribe.